guys watch the action all day. Everyone here at the Expo and around MajorLeagueFishing.com. So let's take a look at these results. Bobby Lane, our big winner, $300,000. Luke Clausen had a run at Jacob Wheeler. A lot of odds run him. Cousin Connell for reigning Redcrest champion until 4 o'clock. Amy Montgomery Zephyr, Jeffrey Struggling, Brian Tripp, and Michael Neal. Are you guys ready to meet some of the anglers? Let's bring up our first one. So many eyes were watching you through qualification, the knockout rounds, and thought you would be on them today to put that run in for the championship.
Yeah, I really thought I was, and I know I was in the right area, but the fish just changed up on me. I think they pulled it.
That's what the cow really just fell out. That's a big old pretty fish. Look at that. That's a big. Look at that big old joker.
Coming up now from North Carolina, 15 pounds, 5 ounces, 6 scorable pass. Let's bring up none other than Brian Friend. Brian, expectations at the beginning of the day had to be great. You got in that little cove and you put the hammer down.
Yeah, that was pretty much the story of the week for me. I put most of my weight on the board that first period. I had one little pocket that was just full of bait fish. The shad were in there, and actually Wednesday they were in there schooling on them, and I never left that cove the whole day. Probably caught 40 bass, and every day since then, once that water level rose, all the bait left out of the back of that pocket and went out to the main lake. And fortunately, yesterday I found one little pot of bait in a little pocket off the side of that arm, and
jump in the boat, see what happens. Slow and put it together. There we go.
Coming up next from Alabama, he's a two-time Bassmaster Classic champion. Whenever you're in a championship round situation, eyes are on you, and a lot of eyes were thinking, this could be yours.
Yeah, you know, I knew going into the day, it could have been a tough day for me because the last 2 days were just so good and everything went perfect. But I still had a blast out there today. And I mean, with this field, I knew it was going to have to be one of those special days to make it happen. And it just didn't work out, but I had a great time out there, and it was a great week overall.
You know, to be an Angler of the Year, you got to beat 80 guys to be on top of the point system. Here, this championship round, I don't think you could have picked a harder bunch of anglers to go up against for $300,000 in the title of a Redcrest champion.
Yeah, and that's what you want, you know.
He's a former Bassmaster Classic champion. He was our first Redcrest champion and Angler of the Year. Saving spots and gonna roll out there in the mid-afternoon and get it done. Man, what a fan base you have here in Oklahoma.
I did save spots. The fish just didn't agree with me. I mean, I could see them. That's what was so frustrating about it. You know, I love active target on my boat, but man, it's just so frustrating to be able to see those fish and they'll like follow it and they'll shark it, and I just could never get them to commit this afternoon, and the bite just dwindled. And you know, in practice, it was just phenomenal. And I just kind of, you know, that third period, I wish I would have made some changes, you know, just to be honest with you. But it's hard to do it when you see so many fish and they're big. I mean, I know they're big, and just couldn't get it done.
You know, having those secret stashes, do you think you lost contact with the fish from when you last talked?
Yeah, I probably did. You know, with the water coming up, things changed. You know, the water didn't really warm up. It actually got colder as the week went on. Those fish were still there, but the
Probably on Monday. Beautiful fish up there on bed. That one won. I saw that fish. There's another one there. Good like it. Yeah, beautiful fish. That's what we're looking for.
Coming up next, 6th place, 21 pounds, 9 ounces, age, scorable bass, big one with 3 pounds, 10 ounces. Favorite fishing bass angler, put your hands in points, and man, it was a good run.
Yeah, no, I thought I was in fourth there for a little bit, so I was a little disappointed when I saw I wasn't going to finish at least fourth.
You know, let's talk about the lake. Obviously, we have some experience, maybe not as others in Oklahoma, but it was a tough one to read this week.
It was fishing pretty tough. I didn't get many bites in practice, so I really wasn't too sure how it was going to play out. You know, it went good. I'm extremely thankful to finish the way we did, but it was tough.
Tough. What were the key bites that you had, or things that?
4-2, baby.
Never heard that song.
You know what that is? That's a Jim Dandy.
Coming up now, he's
Thanks to the
from
entertainment.
Plattsburgh, South Carolina, the new
Thanks to the
Crown Heritage
entertainment.
Cup champion, finishing fifth place, 24 pounds, 2 ounces, 6 squabble mass, Andy. What a run today. You had opportunities, you had chances, but just couldn't climb that ladder fast enough.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't know the lake well enough. I was running a lot of new water. I caught them 3 big ones quick. The second period got within 15 ounces. And I got that feeling, you know, that I might win. And I just worked and should have worked a little bit harder. I found me another good area with 30 minutes to go and caught 2 more 4-pounders. So still a great week. Them TV screens, they still pretty clear.
Did you have to fish outside of your comfort zone to make it this far at the Redcrest?
No. I did what I did, and you know, the first few days I caught on pitching a strike key skipping jig up behind docks, and then the fish kind of came up with the water, and I caught a lot of them out of willow bushes on the spinnerbait and caught them up really shallow on docks too. So no, I fished my strengths, and good question. How about this? You could drive my boat if I was holding the steering wheel, you was holding the steering wheel, so we both gonna hold it at the same time. Come on, kids, we got a couple questions real fast. Come here, Aiden. Aiden, come here. This is my nephew. He's a high school fisherman. Tell him what your favorite bait is.
One-eyed thunder cricket.
Say it a little louder.
One-eyed thunder cricket.
A one-eyed thunder cricket. Girls, come here. Tell them what delivers. General Time delivers. Thank you.
Right there. That kind of deserves a little something. Oh my gosh. Woo! Look at that big giant fish.
Dustin Cornell, he is the Redcrest 2021 champion. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him up. He was the 2021 Redcrest champion. 14 ounces, 10 squirrel bass, big one went 308, and you could almost taste the second victory late in the game.
Oh, I'm so sad. That last like 10 minutes, I just knew any cast. I was like, all right, it's gonna happen. 3-pounder. And then I was like, I'm in fourth? What? And then Jacob, I was literally tearing up for him because I was like, he's gonna win this deal. And then Luke caught one, and I was like, what's happening here? So, hey, I'm real happy with the 4th place finish. You know, to come back to Redcrest, and I actually have people in the house. Y'all bring it up one time. So, yeah, appreciate all y'all coming out. 4th place, I'm really happy.
Freaking big. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Absolutely good. I love the stuff. You already know. That's the rat, y'all.
He has got 5 stage wins, a 4th Cup win under his belt, Cup champions with Major League Fishing, and the great angler of the year, Thank you for the fine. Let's talk fishing. Boy, you could almost taste this one.
Man, it was really close. You know, I went out there with a goal to win this thing, no doubt. Man, it was a tough fight out there, and yesterday was one of the most craziest comebacks. Man, I didn't really have anything left in the tank, and made a good adjustment. And man, to be in that position, no doubt, it stings a little bit, but at the same point in time, I knew I needed to catch another bass. And I knew at the end of the day, like if I had a little bit of a lead, with an hour left to go, I said, ooh, it's gonna be close. You know, I know I need to catch 2 more bass. It turned out I need to catch, you know, one more bass, and it just never happened. I see a lot of fish follow my jerk bait, which I just love doing that, you know, and caught some really nice fish this week. And you're gonna lose a few, but at the end of the day, man, it was an unbelievable week.
When did the momentum hit you, and when did you think you had it figured out?
Man, I tell you what, I sort of, I made an adjustment today. A place that I saw them following my jerk bait, never caught one. And I found it actually the second day of the tournament, and I thought I saw a tournament boat over there. And I was like, man, I don't want to go back over there. And there was somebody over there already, and it turned out they weren't there. And there's a little rock row. And I pulled up there, and I was making adjustments on the fly. I caught 3 or 4 fish, boom, 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 boom. And that was a huge deal. You know, and that really jumped me up into the lead. And the thing is if any of you guys are out here and you're trying to learn your straps and sonar, the thing is, at the end of the day, pre-spawn, these bass are constantly moving. No matter what you're doing, they're gonna constantly move. One day, they're gonna be on one spot. The next day, you might not have got right there, they're gonna be on that spot. And I had to adjust constantly. Places that were not that good in the beginning of the week ended up being the best places that I ended up catching my fish on.
You know, let's take a look at your day. And when you say adjustments, let us know what those adjustments are. I mean, is it looking at something different, grab technique-wise?
Yeah, you know, it's just more of adjusting to the depth zone. A lot of the water that I was running, I actually got on a pretty good little light on the main lake, believe it or not. And I was not catching that many on the main lake during practice, but what you have to understand about bass fishing is, as those fish are pulling up into those pockets, you have those big fish are pre-spawning in the docks and everything else in the pockets. There's another wave of bass that pulls up on the main lake that was out in the middle of the lake feeding on shad, and it's starting to stage just like those fish were before that. So those are the fish that I was targeting, and there were some really big ones too, you know. And I mean, that one I threw the biggest one of the day, a 5-pounder. I caught this fish right here, another pretty good one, and that was right there on that rock road. You know, making that adjustment, I was running a lot of brush, I was running a lot of rock, and just really came down to irregularity. I had places where there were sunken docks. You know, a stump, anything that was irregular or different seemed to be the key this week.
You know, you gave one tip or hint to the locals. You said, drop brush piles where?
On the flats. You know, you see brush piles all over the place on Grand Lake off the dock. It's easy to drop it off the dock. If you drop it on a flat, you want your brush to be close to anything. You want it to be out in the middle of the abyss a lot of times. And the sneakier the brush, the better the brush. Because at the end of the day, those are the places where the fish will set up and they don't get messed with. And then when you roll over there, you gotta catch you 2 or 3 of them and then roll on.
Well, man, what a great event for you. Olivia, can I have a hug? Thank you, sweetie. Are you proud of Dad? Good job. You all did really good this week. Let's hear it one more time for Jacob.
Guys, just second guessing myself coming out here. Fish Right Star Championship day with right there.
He ends up in second place, 28 pounds, 11 ounces, 8 squirrel bass, big one with 5-15, a Barswood Cup Championship, a Bassmaster Classic champion. He was missing this one, he wanted this one, it's awesome! It's the one grass ring you don't have in the arsenal.
I know, it was so close today. I'm not gonna lie, it stings a lot.
You know, tell us about the runs you got on. Obviously, you got up towards the top of the score tracker, stayed there for a while, but you needed that pressure.
Yeah, you know, I started the first period. I was in last, very last, the bottom of the barrel, and I just couldn't get anything going. And every day has been a day for me that I have to go figure out how to catch them. And I finished the first period, and I had one bite. I tried swinging it in, I lost it. And it was tough on me. And I went and just started fishing new stuff, fishing stuff that looked right. And ended up leading after the second period. And I thought, man, I got a chance at this thing. And there's nothing more than I want to win this Redcrest. Have that under your belt. You know, I won the Classic, Barswood Cup. To win this, nobody else is probably going to do that. You know, it was a great chance to do that. And the third period really hurt me. It slowed down for me. And right at the end, It came together that I made a gamble with 8 minutes left, and I caught a 4-2. And I thought, man, I pulled it off. I thought I really pulled a rabbit out of a hat. And, you know, Bobby Lane happened to catch one at the same time. There's some terrible irony to that. You know, Bobby Lane is the reason I won the Bassmasters Classic in 2006. He took me around Lake Kissimmee. He showed me a lot of places fish move up, and you know, without Bobby, I never would have won that. And even today, we're going through this whole thing, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, if I don't win it, I'd really like to see Bobby win it. You know, to win a major championship like that for Bobby is huge, and that's the one guy I wanted to win if I couldn't win, and he did it.
You know, the lake's transitioning, the fish are transitioning. Did you find something early in the week that you sort of were playing into it today?
You know, it's been a scramble all week. I started off throwing jerkbait on marina docks and eating docks and 40 to 120 foot of water, catching them on cross members. And the second of the event, that thing just went away from me. I had no fish more than halfway through the day. And I went scrambling, I picked up flat side crankbait, and just went fishing stuff that looked good. And I've been doing that ever since. And every day it changes me based on the wind and where those fish are. There's places that I thought I'd go back to really catch them, and I don't get a bite there now. And you know, today was another day the same way. I caught some off docks today, and isolated wood, just really fishing stuff that looks good, just working my tail off, and it worked out almost to a T.
You know, memories to last a lifetime. Let's look at them right now.
Oh, that sounds good.
4-5 on this one.
Yeah, I try to remember that fish. I don't know, there's been a lot of fish this week. I wish I could remember that one. I think that was on a Jackal Blue 55, a little flat side crankbait. You know, it's been a week there, like so tentatively. Everyone's looking on the back up. It is stressful as the end of this tournament was that I have a fish on by the back hook most of the time. That one actually ate it good, one of the rare ones. I think that was 515. But, you know, fortunately, I haven't lost any fish this week. Just really attribute a lot of that to awesome equipment. You know, using CBR 12-pound cast suit line, a G-Lendis JBR 812, and I love those really well. And catching fish on 2 size 6 hooks, and a lot of times it's one hook point that's in. And every time they jump, it looks like the fish is not even connected to the bait. It's scary as you can imagine. Really got to do it.
You know, a lot of people wanted to hang out with you at the expo, but I think they're really proud that you didn't hang out with them at all.
Well, thank all you guys for coming out. I appreciate it. Thanks to all my sponsors and everyone that supports me, and all you fans. You know, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and keep up with me. Keep up all the Major League Fishing pros. It's awesome to have you guys out there supporting us, and it makes our job fun.
He said keep up with them, now the rest of the field can barely keep up with them. That's it. Who we got next?
How about it? What a coat. Yes, indeed. Here we go. Let's get some more of that. Check it out, dog. Thanks for watching, guys. Score. That's over 2. Over 2. No way. Come on, we got to relay. 115. I saw it hit 2. So. That's the final way. Thank you. Thank you, sir. May I have a Are you kidding me?
been at this a long time, and I've never been hungrier for something big. And I hope that's it. Madeline, I love you. Kids, your dad is the Redcrest champion.
You made me just relive that 2-pounder again. I'm out of breath. I mean, it went 115, 115, 2 pounds, and that was it. I've been in this position before. I've had to go the opposite way, but to be standing in front of you guys, to be your champion, it doesn't get any better than this.
The kind of week you dream of, and man, 2 minutes left in the game, and you're thinking, I let it slip away.
No, I never did. I never told myself I let it slip away. I lost one today that I tried to boat flip, and I said, put that out of your head. You know, I've been down this before. It's not going to happen this time. I kept telling myself, you got to believe in yourself. It's not going to happen. I put the pieces of the puzzle together late in the day. I believed in what I was doing, and it was meant to be.
Did you catch him exactly how you wanted? Did it play into your favor this event?
Dude, it was so easy for me. Pick up that Berkeley Fritz side and chunk that thing down in the backs of creeks. I was in Drowning Creek. There was a ball fall back there. I can't tell you how many I caught on that crankbait. They killed it. Every one of them had it tattooed to their face. It was unbelievable. I caught some in Horse Creek. I caught some in Honey Creek. It made it so easy for me to just haul butt around that lake in my Phoenix and my Yamaha and pick up that Fritz side, go to my Lowrance Electronics, see exactly to the back rock that had some drop on it, throw the HD brown Fritz side down the bank and catch them. It was life-changing having that bait this week, for sure.
You know, I've talked to a couple anglers, and they were surprised. How was he cranking? The water level was rising, but you got it to that target area.
I did, you know, the water was coming up. Back there in Drowning Creek, the temperature was getting warmer and warmer, and it was like things were deplenishing on me a little bit, you know, and as a fisherman, you try to make the best decision you can every single day. I'm falling back a little bit, and then out of nowhere, I catch a 311, and I catch a 6'3". Bobby, you're in 4th place. I'm like, dog, it's time to roll. I went back to where I thought I could catch a few more, and the cards laid out perfect. All the glory goes to God. He put that Phoenix in the right place. It was meant to be. He made that fish be 2 pounds. He put my beautiful family here with me this week. We fish tournaments all over the country, and they're not with me half the time. They're with me this time. My parents are at home. I know everybody was crying. This was a well-earned trophy. I've worked diligently for this, and congrats to the guys that were in the top 10. It was what a battle. I couldn't imagine being here watching that thing live. Thank you, Major League Fishing, for giving me the platform that we fish under that makes that 2-pound fish become Bobby Lane the champion.
Let's take a look at those catches that made you a champion.
Yeah, man. So that's first thing this morning, throwing the Berkeley Fritz side HD crawl right down the bank. I mean, right off the bat. I'm just up from that bluff wall where I was at. What a cool, I took a fish landing violation for that one, but it's okay. It was so early that I probably needed a break, and I pitched a jig under the back of the dock. I had a Berkeley meaty chuck on the back, junior green pumpkin. This fish was literally in 2 foot of water. You can see the cable going to the right, the cable coming between me. I'm like, how is I going to get this fish in the boat? I literally walked down the side of my 920 Phoenix, 15-pound, 100% fluorocarbon, 7-foot medium heavy, Revo, everything worked perfect. I mean, it was my day. That looks like me a little bit there. Woo! That was the game changer right there.
Another big head.
Yeah, it was just, you know, look at there, another cable. 100% fluorocarbon, flip it right over the cable. Save the day, that's the one that got her done. And sent me almost to passing out and throwing up at the same time. I didn't know which one I was going to do first, but a little bit of body armor, and I ate one of my pickles in my boat that my daughter makes me put in there, and I was hydrated back and ready to go.
You know, on that one there, we're swinging out of the camera range, like, oh my gosh, it's
The camera is dead on the weight. I've had this go down before. I'm living several tournaments that I've done this before, and when this happened, it was God saying, "Bobby Lane, you are the Redcrest 2022 champion." And
all the dedication, the time on the road away from family, this is the moment that pay that off.
this is, and I'm looking out to an amazing crowd. Thank you all for coming out today.
I'm hearing security can't keep a certain guy back, and that would be your brother over there on the right-hand side. I think he's got some big hugs for you.
I bet he does. There is the Bassmaster Classic champion. I'm the Redcrest champion.
Chris, you gotta be proud of that little man.
You know, he made me turn around when he caught that, when he went to 23 pounds, and I looked at my wife, I said, Bobby's gonna win this tournament. I knew it from the beginning, and you know, I've been there on the other line when he's finished second so many times, and there's not one person in this crowd that I did not hear holler through my phone when he caught that last fish. Tears were flowing, there's nobody deserves it more than Bobby.
It's time. A former Major League Fishing World Champion, and then when you walk over and lift that trophy, you will be crowned the 2022 Redcrest Champion, presented by Tulsa. Let's hear it!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm bad. Doing no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad. Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up